I think just with the rise of AI, a lot of jobs are going to get replaced. I don't know if that's Trump's fault too.
I mean, I don't think it's Trump's fault, but I think it's Trump's responsibility. And this is one of the things that I think politicians don't understand is there's a lot of things that happen you can't control. Like AI technology, nobody's going to defeat that. So if you're an AI skeptic out there and you're like, I don't want to use this shit, I think we should ban this shit, like that isn't going to happen. Nobody has ever been able to stop that. Anybody who was like, if you were a horse and buggy rider, you got killed by the car. Like, that's just what happened.
Yeah.
If you were a typist, you got killed by the personal computer. If you were a mathematician, if you were a computer, it's literally what they were called. You got killed by Excel and what they could do. So that's what's going to happen here. So the job market is going to shift, but the government has a responsibility to step in and help people who are being displaced by that. If you're 22 and you're about to graduate from college, you are scared to get into the job market. I meet kids and hear from them all the time where they're like, I don't know what I'm going to do because there's no entry-level jobs. Entry-level legal jobs are getting killed. So if you're a law student, you have nowhere to go to clerk.
Yep.
Entry-level jobs are basically everything. It's just gone. And right now, the only growth that you're seeing in terms of jobs in the economy is either a small amount of healthcare or you're seeing a lot of gig workers. So we have more people that are being Uber drivers, DoorDash drivers, which is fine. That's noble work. I'm not sure.
Those will get replaced too, though.
Those are going to get replaced too. You see the drones?
Yeah,
In Chicago, they have these little like freaking weird drones that just like bring you food.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have the self-driving cars out here in Vegas now. Soon your food will be delivered by self-driving cars. There's going to be no drivers.
Right.
Uber drivers, they're screwed, honestly, I think.
Yeah, and we're going to have some kind of shift in how we think about work because, these jobs are gone. They're going to be gone in the next 10 years. Like Trump likes to talk about how he's going to bring manufacturing jobs back to America. That's what the tariff war was about.
I can't see that.
No, there's no way it happens. But he was also like, we're going to get, 75 deals in 75 days, and it never happened. Like we have 5 tariff deals. But let's say he's able to bring manufacturing jobs back. Let's say he can somehow pull them from China or Vietnam or anywhere else, and we're going to start building iPhones or cars in the United States. If we do that, within the next 5 to 10 years, robots are going to be building them.
Yeah.
And that's worth doing if we could bring manufacturing back here, but it isn't going to create jobs and it isn't going to revitalize those towns. To me, it's false hope and it's bad economic policy.
Yeah, it's a really good point. So you're not a fan of the tariffs?
No, I think tariffs are stupid, and I think they've been poorly planned. Like, if you want to win a tariff war, you have to have allies. What he did was literally put tariffs on everybody. And I think the thing about Trump is, and I just say this as a Trump critic, I'm not like a hater. I don't really like the guy. I think he's a man of low moral character. He's good at identifying the problem.
Right.
Like, he's right that America is getting taken advantage of in trade, like we are. He's right that there are countries that are over-tariffing us. There's a right way to handle that and a wrong way to handle it. I don't think coming out and putting a tariff on every single country makes any bit of sense. You need to create an alliance so that you have economic partners that can help you. So coming out and putting a tariff on Canada and Mexico was really stupid if you want to win a tariff war with China. And what you're doing is you're pushing everybody to China. You're pushing everybody to other countries. Vietnam is another example. Vietnam is a trading partner that the United States has spent decades building up as a source of economic opportunity for the United States. Like having a place like Vietnam where we have a good relationship with them, given everything we've been through with them, it's actually incredible we have the relationship that we do. We're building more manufacturing plants there as a counter to China to hedge on their powers. They put massive tariffs on Vietnam. Like, what the hell are we doing? You're just pushing everybody to China.
Yeah. Do you think the economy was better under Biden?
Yes.
Really?
But marginally so. Like, I don't think the economy under Biden was good. I think it was improving. I think you have to take a full step back and go, there was a global inflationary crisis in around the world. Let's be clear. But it was bad here. It was worse everywhere else. So I think Biden deserves a modicum of credit for inflation not being as high as it was everywhere else. However, I think Democrats got so wrapped up in the numbers. They would go, well, and I hear this all the time from Democrats, be like 49 out of 50 Nobel laureate economists say that our economy is the envy of the world. Yeah. And most Americans are like, I don't give a shit about that. I can't put food on the table.
Egg prices.
Right. Egg prices are bad. My Chipotle burrito bowl costs $35 now. Like, they're pissed off. And I think the other thing for Democrats is we get stuck in this thing where we're trying to tell you, like, you should be able to survive. You should be able to put food on the table. You should be able to buy a house. You should be able to retire with dignity. It's all true. But you should also be able to take a goddamn vacation every now and then.
Facts.
You should be able to afford, like, the new Nintendo Switch if you want to be able to buy one. You should be able to make sure that your kids have everything that they need to, like, I got a 6-year-old kid. He's going to play baseball. I got to buy him a glove. I got to do all that. That's harder for people to do. Now, Trump promised to fix all of that. I alone can fix it is another Donald Trump quote that I think about all the time. But the minute that he took over, he hasn't done jack shit to help improve anybody's life. Everything is worse now than it was 10 months ago. It doesn't absolve the Democrats of the mistakes that we made in the past, but we have 2 options. Like Andrew Yang said this not that long ago. He was like, when you give people 2 shitty choices, they're going to pick one. And that's what happened in the last election. People were given 2 shitty choices. I liked Kamala Harris. I respect Kamala Harris. I worked for her for a long time. I think she was put in a bad position by Joe Biden and his administration. But Donald Trump is a worse option. It makes sense to me that people ran towards him because they had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
But right now people are hurting, and I think he's denying that objective reality.
I just bought her book. I didn't read it yet, but what was it like being on the inside of that?
Yeah, well, I was on her 2019 campaign, so I was not on the 2024 campaign. But on 19, it's like I worked for her for 5 years. She was a really great boss. She was a really smart human being. I think that people didn't get a chance to see the Kamala Harris that I got to see, which was somebody who pushed me to be a better strategist, pushed me to be a better business owner. She was when I started my own firm, she was my first client.
Wow.
And she was my client at the last firm. I told her I was going to hang up my own shingle. She says, I'm going with you. And she pushed me in. And one of the things is the company that I was at before I started Authentic, which is the name of my business, kind of fell apart due to like financial mismanagement and then the way they treated its staff. And when I told her I was starting my own company, the first question she had for me is like, how are you going to be different? And like, I hadn't even thought about that. I was just sort of like, fuck these guys. I could do a better job. And I hadn't thought about it. And like, I left that meeting and like, I wrote our first company handbook. I wrote our core mission statement. I started to really think about the intentionality of how I wanted to build that firm. And I did that because of her. And I wish that people could have gotten a chance to see that. And they did it. And there's a whole bunch of reasons for that. But I always thought she was a really great person. I'm sad that she's not president right now. I understand, though, why Americans voted for her.
Do you think if she had more time, she would have won?
I think if she had more time, I think it's two things. Time is certainly a factor, but we should have had a full, vibrant Democratic primary. Right. Like Jake Tapper's book, Original Sin, I call it the most frustrating book I've ever read because I only believe half of it, and the other half of it's like the most maddening shit I've ever read in my whole life. If Joe Biden had made the decision to not run for re-election, which is what I believe he should have done. He should have said in 2023, I'm not running. I believe I've done great work, but I'm 80-some years old. I need to step aside, right? We could have had a full, vibrant Democratic primary. And Kamala Harris would have been the front runner for that primary as the vice president. She likely would have won that.
Right.
But she would have run against a field of 12 other highly qualified Democrats. She would have had more time and opportunity to build up a campaign. She would have done more podcasts like this. She would have become a better candidate. Or if she didn't rise to the moment, we would have nominated somebody who had. And I think that's incredibly important. The last time we really had a full, vibrant primary where we didn't have like a sitting vice president sort of shadowing over the field was 2008. And we nominated Barack Obama, who in my opinion is the best political talent that's been generated in the last 40 years.
Really? 40 years?
I mean, who's more politically talented than Barack Obama?
Talented, yeah.
Yeah.
Wherever you guys are watching this show, I would truly appreciate it if you follow or subscribe. It helps a lot with the algorithm. It helps us get bigger and better guests, and it helps us grow the team. Truly means a lot. Thank you guys for supporting, and here's the episode.